Hello, Capricorn. Welcome back. I need to share something with you today that honestly gave me chills when these cards came through. We are talking about two specific people who have been working behind the scenes to slow down your success. And the universe is showing me that this situation is about to shift in ways that are bigger than just you. This is about collective energy, about justice, about something that has been building for a long time finally reaching its breaking point. So I shuffled my deck with your energy in mind. And I am pulling 6 cards today. Just 6, but trust me when I say each one of these cards is carrying massive weight. The universe does not need to shout with quantity when the quality of the message is this profound. Let me walk you through what came up. And I think you are going to recognize some faces, some patterns, some energies that have been lurking in your peripheral vision. The first card that came through is the King of Pentacles. And immediately I am seeing someone in a position of authority or material power. This is someone who has resources, who has established themselves, who appears successful and stable on the surface. When I look at this king, I am seeing someone who should have been a mentor figure to you, someone who should have opened doors, but instead they have been strategically closing them. The King of Pentacles represents mastery over the material realm, someone who understands how systems work, how money flows, how success is built. But here is the thing about this particular king in your reading. They have been using that knowledge not to help you rise, but to keep you contained. What I am picking up on is that this person saw your potential early on. They recognized your drive, your ambition, your natural Capricorn ability to build empires from nothing. And instead of celebrating that, they felt threatened. The King of Pentacles can be incredibly territorial. They have spent years building their kingdom, and the last thing they want is someone coming in with fresh energy, new ideas, and the potential to outshine them. So they made a calculated decision. They decided to position themselves as supportive while actually creating obstacles. This might look like giving you opportunities that seem good on the surface, but are actually designed to keep you busy with tasks that do not lead to real advancement. Or maybe they have been controlling access to resources you need, making you jump through unnecessary hoops, creating bureaucratic nightmares that slow down your momentum. The energy I am getting from this king is very controlled, very calculated. They are not being obvious about their interference because they are too smart for that. They know how to play the long game. They know how to make it look like they are on your side while quietly undermining your progress. And the frustrating part is that you might have sensed something was off. But when someone has the mask of the King of Pentacles, when they present themselves as established and successful and helpful, it is hard to call out what they are doing without looking paranoid or ungrateful. They have been banking on that dynamic, using their position and reputation as a shield while they work against you in subtle ways. But here is what this card is also telling me. The King of Pentacles represents material mastery, yes, but that mastery comes from understanding the rules of the game. And you, Capricorn, are learning those rules too. You are building your own foundation, developing your own resources, creating your own stability. This person might have slowed you down, but they have not stopped you. And that is what scares them most. Because every day you continue to build, you become less dependent on their approval, less vulnerable to their manipulation, less interested in playing by their rules. The second card is the Magician. And this is where things get really interesting because we are looking at person number 2. But this one operates completely differently. The Magician is all about skill, creativity, communication, and the ability to manifest. This is someone who has charisma, who can talk their way into and out of anything, who presents themselves as innovative and forward-thinking. Where the King of Pentacles uses structure and authority to slow you down, the Magician uses charm and illusion. What I am seeing with this card is someone who came into your life appearing to be an ally, maybe even a friend or collaborator. The magician knows how to make people feel special, how to make you think that you are part of something bigger, that together you can create magic. Maybe in the beginning, there was genuine collaboration. But somewhere along the way, this person realized that your magic was actually more powerful than theirs. Your ability to manifest, to create, to bring ideas into reality was threatening their position as the magician in the room. So they started doing something insidious. They started taking credit for your ideas. They started positioning themselves as the visionary while quietly making you the worker bee. The magician is a master of redirection. In magic, you make the audience look at one hand while the other hand is doing the real trick. This person has been making everyone look at their brilliance, their creativity, their innovation, while the real magic, your magic, has been happening behind the scenes and going unacknowledged. I am also picking up on something about communication with this card. The magician rules communication, and I would not be surprised if this person has been controlling narratives about you. Maybe they have been subtle about it, planting seeds of doubt here and there, asking questions that seem innocent, but are actually designed to make others question your capabilities. Or maybe they have been more direct, taking credit for your contributions in meetings or presentations, speaking over you, redirecting attention away from your achievements and toward their own. The thing about the magician is that they are so skilled at what they do that it can be hard to catch them in the act. They know how to make everything look smooth, how to make their manipulations seem like natural conversation or collaboration. But you have felt it, have you not, Capricorn? You have felt that weird energy where you put in all this work. You create something amazing, and somehow when the dust settles, they are the one getting recognized for it. You have felt that moment where you speak up with an idea and it gets dismissed. But then they say the same thing 5 minutes later and suddenly it is brilliant. Now here is where these two people connect, and this is crucial. The King of Pentacles and the Magician together represent two different types of power. Material power and creative power. Authority and charisma. Structure and flexibility. But in your situation, these two energies have been working in tandem, whether consciously or unconsciously, to create a system where you stay small. The King of Pentacles controls the resources and the hierarchy. The Magician controls the narrative and the perception. Between them, they have created a situation where you have been working twice as hard for half the recognition. The third card that came through is the Four of Cups, and this is showing me your energy in the midst of all this. The Four of Cups is often about apathy, dissatisfaction, or missing opportunities because you are too focused on what is not working. Capricorn, I can understand why this energy has been present. When you have been dealing with these two forces actively working against your success, it is natural to feel disillusioned. It is natural to start questioning whether your efforts are even worth it. What I am seeing with this card is that there has been a period where you pulled back. Maybe you stopped putting in the same level of effort. Maybe you stopped volunteering ideas or going above and beyond. Maybe you even started looking elsewhere, considering other paths, other opportunities. The Four of Cups shows someone sitting under a tree, arms crossed, looking at 3 cups in front of them with dissatisfaction while a 4th cup is being offered by a hand from the clouds. But they do not even see it because they are so focused on their disappointment. This card is telling me that while you have been dealing with these two people slowing down your success, you have been so focused on what they have been doing, so caught up in the frustration of being held back, that you have missed some genuine opportunities that have been trying to come through. The universe has been extending offerings to you. New possibilities, different paths, unexpected connections. But your vision has been too clouded by the situation with these two people to fully recognize or receive what is being offered. But here is the thing about the Four of Cups, and this is important. It is not a permanent state. It is a moment of necessary withdrawal and reflection. Sometimes you need to pull back, cross your arms, and just feel the disappointment before you can move forward. Sometimes you need to acknowledge that yes, this situation has been exhausting. Yes, these people have made things harder than they needed to be. Yes, you have every right to feel frustrated. The Four of Cups is giving you permission to feel those feelings without judgment. There is something else this card is showing me. That fourth cup, the one being offered from the clouds that the figure in the card cannot see yet, that represents divine intervention. That represents the universe saying, hey, I know you are tired. I know you have been dealing with these obstacles, but I have something better for you. I have something that is going to make all of this make sense. You just need to lift your gaze from the disappointment and look at what is actually available to you now. The fourth card is the Five of Cups, and okay, this one hit me hard because it is showing the emotional toll that this situation has taken. The Five of Cups is one of the most poignant cards in the deck. It shows a figure in a black cloak standing before 3 spilled cups, mourning what has been lost, while 2 cups remain standing behind them, unnoticed. This is grief, Capricorn. This is mourning for the success you thought you would have by now. Mourning for the recognition you deserved but did not receive. Mourning for the opportunities that were taken from you by these 2 people. What I am feeling with this card is that this situation has cost you more than just career advancement or material success. It has cost you emotionally. It has made you question yourself in ways that are painful. When you work hard, when you give your best, when you do everything right and still get held back, it does something to your spirit. It makes you wonder if maybe you are not as talented as you thought. Maybe you are not as capable. Maybe you do not have what it takes. And that is the real damage that these 2 people have caused. Not just the external obstacles, but the internal doubt. The Five of Cups is showing me nights where you have replayed conversations, meetings, situations, trying to figure out what you did wrong. It is showing me moments where you watched others advance, others get recognized, others receive opportunities that should have been yours, and you felt this deep grief mixed with confusion. How could they not see your value? How could they overlook your contributions? How could they choose someone else when you were clearly the right person for the opportunity? But here is what the Five of Cups always wants us to remember, and I need you to hear this. Yes, 3 cups have been spilled. Yes, there has been loss. Yes, these 2 people have taken things from you that you cannot get back. Time, opportunities, emotional energy, confidence. Those 3 cups represent real losses that deserve to be acknowledged and grieved. But there are 2 cups still standing. There are 2 cups behind you that contain everything you need to move forward. The figure in the card cannot see them yet because they are still looking at what was spilled, but those cups are there waiting. What are those 2 cups for you? I am seeing your inherent skills and abilities. The things these 2 people could not take from you no matter how hard they tried. Your work ethic, your strategic mind, your ability to build and create, your resilience. Those are in 1 cup. The other cup holds your integrity, your authenticity, the fact that you have not compromised who you are despite being in this difficult situation. You could have played their games. You could have become manipulative and political. You could have sacrificed your values to get ahead, but you did not. And that cup, that untouched cup of integrity, is going to be worth more than anything they tried to take from you. Now we come to the 7 of Swords, which is card number 5. And this is where the universe starts showing me what has actually been happening behind the scenes. The 7 of Swords is the card of deception, strategy, theft, and hidden agendas. When this card appears in a reading about 2 people slowing down your success, it is basically the universe saying, yes, you are not imagining things, yes. There has been deliberate interference, yes. They have been taking from you. The Seven of Swords shows a figure sneaking away from a camp with 5 swords in their arms, leaving 2 behind. This is someone who is taking what is not theirs, but they are doing it in a way that is not direct confrontation. They are not challenging you openly. They are sneaking, strategizing, being clever about how they take from you. And in your situation, I am seeing this as confirmation that these 2 people have been operating with hidden agendas. What I am picking up on with this card is that there have been conversations happening about you without you being present. Decisions being made that affect your trajectory without your input. The King of Pentacles and the Magician have been coordinating, whether they realize it or not, to maintain a system where they benefit from your work, your ideas, your energy, but you do not receive the corresponding rewards. The Seven of Swords is showing me that they have been strategic about this. They know what they are doing. They know they are taking from you. And they have convinced themselves that it is justified, that they deserve it more, that you would not know what to do with success anyway. Whatever narrative they need to tell themselves to feel okay about their actions. But here is the thing about the Seven of Swords, and this is where it gets interesting. The figure in the card is sneaking away with 5 swords, but they are leaving 2 behind. They cannot carry everything. They cannot take everything from you. There are parts of your power, your success, your potential that they have not been able to touch. And more importantly, the Seven of Swords always carries a warning. What is taken through deception rarely stays. What is stolen eventually has to be returned. The universe has a way of balancing these scales. I am also seeing with this card that some truth is about to come to light. The Seven of Swords operates in shadows, in secret, in hidden spaces. But shadows cannot exist without light, and light is coming. The things these 2 people have been doing, the ways they have been interfering with your success, the credit they have taken, the opportunities they have blocked, it is not going to stay hidden. The universe is preparing to expose what has been happening, and when that exposure comes, it is going to shift everything. The 6th and final card is 3 of Wands in Capricorn. This is where I need you to really pay attention because this card is showing me your future, and it is so much bigger than just you. The 3 of Wands shows a figure standing on a cliff, looking out at the horizon, watching ships come in. This is the card of expansion, long-term vision, enterprise, and waiting for your investments to pay off. After everything we have just walked through, after acknowledging these 2 people and their interference, after sitting with the disappointment and grief, the universe is showing me that you are about to step into a completely different level of success. What makes the 3 of Wands so powerful in this reading is that it is not about small wins or personal victories. This is about building something that has reach, that has impact, that extends beyond your immediate circle. Those ships on the horizon represent opportunities that are coming in from unexpected places, collaborations and connections that are going to elevate you in ways you have not even imagined yet. This is about you finally being recognized not just locally but on a bigger stage. I am seeing that the work you have been doing, even while being slowed down by these 2 people, has been noticed by others. People you do not even know have been watching your resilience, your consistency, your integrity. And they are about to reach out. They are about to offer you platforms, opportunities, resources that are going to allow you to showcase what you have been building. The 3 of Wands. Is the universe saying your patience is about to pay off in massive ways? But here is what makes this bigger than just you. The 3 of Wands is also about pioneering, about setting precedents, about going where others have not gone before. What I am seeing is that your success, when it comes, and it is coming, is going to open doors not just for you, but for others who have been in similar situations. Others who have been held back by people in power who felt threatened. Others who have had their ideas stolen or their contributions overlooked. Your rise is going to create a new template, a new possibility, a new way forward. This is why the title of this reading resonated so strongly. This is bigger than you now. What started as a personal struggle with two people trying to slow you down has become something that the universe is using to create change on a larger scale. Your story, your perseverance, your eventual success, it is going to inspire and empower others. It is going to make people question the systems that allow this kind of interference to happen. It is going to shift the energy in your field, your industry, your community.